Now boarding for Rebuild of Joycast, your weekly destination for anime, manga, and more.
Wake the F up, samurai. It's time for Joycast. Val, the fall 2022 anime season is upon us. At the time of recording, it's just before these all come out. So we haven't actually seen any episodes. We're hot right off it. So the plan for this episode is we're gonna do our My Hero Academia and Chainsaw Man reactions to the manga. One Piece was off this week, and then we'll just kind of peruse give a little preview, our thoughts and our guesses, our predictions on how this season's gonna go, and what we're interested in watching.
Now,
Not
I just want
necessarily
to
on this show, but personally as well.
I just want you to let me know, have you been watching Edgerunner, or have you been, like, playing Cyberpunk, or what? Did that just come to you?
Why that reference came up? Well, I thought that was also worth mentioning the fact that...
it's iconic as fuck.
Yeah, no, but between, something a very interesting thought that I had was between now and the last time we ever discussed an anime in detail, it was Ranking of Kings.
Oh... The goat shit. It's the goat shit.
Otherwise, between then and now, I mean, me and Steena enjoyed Licorice Recoil. We gave Cyberpunk Edgerunners a shot, which we jokingly call CP, because there's this Twitter...
I fucking saw that.
I'm really interested in the CP anime. So it's like, stop calling it that.
Everyone's saying that this CP looks really good.
This really good-looking CP. Fucking hilarious. But yes, so we started watching Cyberpunk Edgerunners. I'm a fan of Trigger. I think they've been on decline overall.
I feel like Kill la Kill and Little Witch were the only things worthwhile that they made. I didn't even... What was that one?
Nothing has ever come close to Kill la Kill for me. And that's why I mentioned to Steena. Steena absolutely hates Edgerunners. I think visually... it is one of the best things Trigger's ever made.
It seems cool, but I can't help but feel like...
It looks really good.
No, yeah.
It looks incredible.
Actually, I don't know about that. There are like bits where I'm like, I don't like the look. Like
they put their whole Trigussie into it. No, it's good.
No, I'm sure it is, but it's like everyone like... Okay, everyone loves the lolly. I know that. No one talks about...
I haven't gotten there yet. I'm only 2 episodes in, and I will finish it. Because it looks good enough to finish.
Yeah, my friend...
That being said, like the story is so thin.
My friend told me to watch it. He said it's like a fucking GOAT series.
Host loves it. Host and Hazel and Peo and all them, they've like watched it, and they said they were in tears over it. I'm like, really? Because I'm not sensing that right now. So I'm hoping something takes me by surprise. But just purely on visuals, I am willing to go, just because... the animation is so good, just as an animation nerd. I love what I'm seeing here. I'm not into, like, you know me, I'm not really into the pulpiness, but if you're gonna get anyone to animate gratuitous violence, hell yeah, Trigger.
Absolutely.
It looks fucking great.
Or map.
Like I said before, the script is so paper thin, the story very thin. It's specifically the scripting that's giving me trouble, because we're watching the dub.
It's
I have no
basically
issues
boy
with the
meets
dub.
girl, isn't it?
Of course.
Yeah, which is the part where I'm like,
Steena, yeah.
Is this just a fucking like pulpy fucking boy meets manic pixie dream girl in dystopian society kind of thing?
Exactly.
That's
so
all
far,
I get from it.
Maybe something will change, but so far that's what it is. But yeah, Steena and I, we don't like it. We're watching the dub, and we have no issues with the cast. It's actually a very interesting cast. The problem is the script.
Great.
It's the English script. And it's not even, I don't even think it's the ADR writer's fault. But like, you could just tell that a suit was over their shoulder the entire time going, hey, make sure to put some extra cussies in the dialogue to make sure people know this is animation for adults.
I like my cussies though.
It's so annoying. It's one of the reasons
I don't think
why
it's
fucking...
look. It's like One Piece though. One Piece will only go as far as like everyone being like, you bastard, and then they'll be like, you bastard back, bastard. It's like more fucking freeing, I find, to just have at least someone go every now and then a good fuck you or something. Just every now and then. When it calls for it.
I know, I understand. Like that, we have that rule in Joyride.
If they do it too much, I get it.
You get one F word. Because one F word is very powerful.
Mm-hmm.
Two
But yeah,
is
BoJack
fine for
Horseman.
effect. Obviously, there are bits where you do want to roll out a bunch of Fs, but usually the rules get one F-bomb per episode, and that gives it power. Cyberpunk Edgerunners, there's an F-bomb like 3 times a sentence. Because it's so cool and edgy, and to make sure that adults know this is for adults.
Well, I get it, that gets annoying, but I'm just gonna say, it would be so fucking powerful if in One Piece, in Eni's lobby, Luffy said, "Fuck you" to Rob Lucci.
Luffy would never swear, though. Again, it goes back to cops and robbers logic.
Yeah.
One Piece is so childish. If anyone's gonna drop an F-bomb, it's probably gonna be Sanji. Or Nami. Honestly, Nami.
Yeah, no, I'm
I like, if Nami got one good F-bomb in that entire series, it would be perfection.
It would. I agree with that. I've been watching Konosuba with a friend, which I don't know how you feel about Konosuba.
I love
doubt it.
Konosuba. I think it's the
Konosuba?
best isekai. Unironically, the best isekai.
Right? Like I'm surprised. I imagine
Makes the most of its premise.
I imagine you don't care much for like all the titties and everything jiggling everywhere. That's not like you know.
Guess what? Guess what? I think it works in there. I think it's fucking funny.
Fair enough. Fuck yeah.
When it's serving a greater purpose, because I mean, yes, I guess it can be horny, but it's
absolutely.
too fucking funny to be horny. I'll be honest.
I have been watching it with my friend, and my mom was just like, "What are you watching?" And she's like, "Yo, this seems funny." And then
what
she's
was
like,
that movie, Crimson Red?
Yeah, Crimson Demon something or
Yeah, something Crimson. It was the Konosuba movie. That scene with the fucking woman, he's literally hanging on her boobs like a set of fucking monkey bars. It's fucking hilarious. And then, of course, I'm not gonna spoil the punchline of that.
No.
Because that's gonna spark a whole other discussion that we don't need to be having right now. But
I feel
you
like-
guys should watch Konosuba Crimson. It's
Absolutely.
fucking hilarious.
Just watch Konosuba in general.
Yeah, watch in
Konosuba
general.
is
I
amazing
think they're
because-
making another season too.
Yeah, it's a spin-off apparently about Megumin.
Hey,
Or
yeah, hey,
something.
if it's the
Megumin.
same writers, let's fucking go.
Yeah,
I'm fine with that.
But I was
One
gonna
of my
say,
all-time favorites. I think Konosuba is goated as hell.
Agreed. Like Konosuba is fucking great because it actually like runs by the fact that like even though everything seems inconsequential, everything is relevant that they talk about throughout a season. It all comes
Because
back
it's good
eventually.
comedy. It's
And
good comedy.
And it's one of those things where it's like, you know, you can do and have a character say or do terrible things, but it's like the Cartman effect in South Park, where it's like that character is going to get their comeuppance by the end of it.
Yes, and like honestly, Konosuba is actually more like the Always Sunny in Philadelphia of anime, because it's bad people who get their just desserts. That's the reason. That's what we talk
bad.
about in writing, because
They
people
just do somewhat shitty things.
people don't
sometimes.
understand how to write bad people affably, and like you can write a mean, absolute terrible person character. They just gotta get a cut. There has to be a response to their shitty behavior. If you do that, you can do whatever the fuck you want.
Precisely.
You just gotta respond, because there's people who like, it becomes edgy, like, oh, I'm just gonna say a shitty thing, and then there's no like reaction to it. There's no karmic balance in the universe that demonstrates that is a wrong thing to say or do. And Konosuba, like Always Sunny in Philadelphia, there's always a karmic comeuppance for a shitty behavior. And in Konosuba's case, I mean, I said fuck even in Sunny in Philadelphia's case, it's a fucking punchline. And that's why it's just so fucking funny. And it's a story about bad people doing bad things and getting fucking what they deserve for it.
I remember being fucking infuriated in like high school because like obviously South Park became like a big thing as like everyone got older, and like there was a period where everyone for some reason was like calling each other Jew as an insult, and I was like,
because again, those aren't writers, these are dumbass fucking high schoolers.
no, exactly. And I remember like explaining, I remember having like explain to my friend like, why did you call him a Jew? That's like that's a religion and stuff. There's nothing insulting about it. It's like, oh well, I heard it in South Park. I was like, yeah, that's fucking dumb. Don't do that. Don't be a Cartman. The point is the Cartman is the shit heel. Don't be Cartman.
Okay.
It was just fucking ridiculous. It's weird how that like works though. But what do you want to start with?
Yeah, well, let's start with My Hero. Honestly, there isn't much to talk about this week.
Nothing fucking except for a slight beatdown, but it's really not the
No,
beatdown
I mean,
that I want.
no. Here's the thing, Val. We got what we asked for this week.
We did.
We did.
But-
It wasn't. I mean, it was kind of hard to follow. It was very short and hard to follow.
No, I know.
But
That's
no,
what.
we
that's
got.
what's
And
upsetting me.
as we said, Muriel was gonna catch Midori up and go, "All right, here's the deal. There's a tiny boy trapped in there. So you don't have to kill him.
I don't want that though.
Too bad it's happening.
I hate it so fucking much. Please, I want Shigaraki to break out of this and go, no, Deku, I don't need saving. I'm going to fucking. I want. Do you remember?
I hope so. No, honestly, that would be
Naruto.
a fucking baller move.
It would be. See, that's what Sasuke did at the end of Naruto.
But yeah, I know, but there's no way that's happened. The way that young Tomura inside is being set up, there's no fucking way. Even Midori said, I heard someone calling out for help. So we know that's not gonna happen.
I just want him to be the shittest of the shits. Like, at the end of Naruto, someone else took over the main villain. Sasuke had to, like, work with Naruto and Sakura again, and everyone was like, yeah, it's Team 7, all back together again. And then the instant that the, like, new threat was, subsided, Sasuke just turned around and went, yeah, I'm still a terrorist, fuck you. And, like, captured all the frickin' Bijus. And then Naruto had to beat him into fucking friendship submission bullshit or whatever. I just want Shigaraki to do that and be like, no, Deku, you have to kill me because I am not going to stop. I'm absolutely dead set on this path that I have chosen. Why would I turn back now? There is nothing waiting for me at this point. Fuck you. That's what I want at the end of this all. That's how I want this all to turn out.
There's an addition to Black Whip. We've now created Black Chain, which is fucking cool. Sick as fuck.
It's pretty cool.
It's really cool.
It looks like, I don't know why, it reminds me of Vivi's, like, peacock chain thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of One Piece, let's get to things that remind us of One Piece. We now get to, okay, Bakugo Theorist, our day of reckoning has arrived. Unfortunately, we can no longer be as fucking out of our brains as Zoro fans. The jig is up. It is now confirmed that this is not Bakugo. This guy's quirk is... He doesn't really give it a name, but it has like a set of moves. Transmission, gear, top gear. It's like it has gear numbers. Top gear, and overdrive, gear shift. Basically, it seems to be almost... It's not time travel. It's you can control the speed at which things move. Like, he seems like he's frozen Shigaraki in place, beats the shit out of him, and then sends him fucking flying.
I am surprised that there is no box to explain what happened, to be honest. But
because he's explaining it.
Yeah, it's the bit where Mirio said, "Oh, the sound is delayed" or something.
Yeah, it's cool. It's kind of a little wind. Kind of just kind of ruins my fucking whole shtick. But we knew we were out of it. We knew this wasn't gonna happen, but we were hopeful. We were hopeful for Bakugo, but you know, it's time to move on. Definitely retconned as fuck, though. Okay, I'm sorry. We will never let go of that Bakugo silhouette in the vestiges when they first showed up.
No, look, I get it. I just never. Like,
he was retconned out as fuck.
I understood why you thought it, but I always just wondered how is he, like, it's some fucking Josuke is gone back in time or something to save himself as a child stuff. It wasn't a case of like anyone doubted it or anything, but it was just, how is this going to happen then? You know?
But yeah, like, so me and all Bakugo theorists will be in a state of mourning over the weekend. Yeah, no, fucking cool ass chapter. The gears, like, just unabashedly, just like, yeah, fucking Horikoshi going, yes, I was inspired by One Piece. That's why I got into manga. Here's my homage. Moving on.
I mean, do you want to talk about, like, I don't know, like, I watched a video the other day, like, while I was working on stuff, and it was about, like, the speed of which this is going, basically.
We've probably seen the same video, and we've already had this conversation.
Yeah, but it's
moving fast.
It is, and it's like these.
Can you blame the guy, like, considering how the art has been?
No, it has been the art has been great.
This has had to been very tough on him.
But it was a talk about how the story in general of My Hero Academia, or the way that Horikoshi approaches the story now, has changed, like, immensely. Yes. And
we've
I
had
think
this
the
discussion.
word they used was like, everything moves forward, everything is just really cool, and you can't really like think about it too much. And they basically brought up what you said about I've had one of those moments, I've like lost the train of thought for a moment. It was about, like, just pacing, the speed of it. Fuck.
Well, it's the fact that he brings up great. No, he brings up great ideas.
Oh, that was it. It was the thing about characters being like, more important than we've ever seen them to be, and it was about.
There's no setup.
Yeah. There's no setup to a lot of these characters.
This is a cool thing, but there's nothing to deliberate upon. Like, there's no setup to that. Like imagine fucking imagine Skypiea without Jaya. Wouldn't be half as effective.
No, it would absolutely not. Like
they just reveal fucking who's that explorer I like in Skypiea arc?
In Skypiea arc, you like Mont Blanc Nolan?
Yeah, Nolan. Imagine
Everyone
Nolan,
likes
the end of Nolan's story without the setup, without his ancestor, or sorry, his descendant.
Yeah,
That's what One Piece is. That's what My Hero Academia is doing right now.
Yeah,
we're getting very quick end results with no setup.
You know what worked? Mount Lady. I remember when we were like talking up Mount Lady.
Yeah, we said Mount Lady has the most development, more development than Deku.
We were just so proud of her as a character. For like coming as far as she had, because like obviously it was like the initial first chapter, she was the main example of this is the problem with hero society.
Yes.
There are people who go out there and they're just vainglorious, they just want to be showered with praise and everything, they're not really in it for that. But then it's
very
like
superficial.
And now we have witnessed this character take part in like 2 hero versus villain wars,
yeah, and she's still there. She's like, you could tell that deep down in her heart, take the society out of the hero is still there for Mount Lady.
Exactly.
And that says a lot about her.
Cool.
Yeah, and I like that, and that's why I'm getting very upset with this message of My Hero. The fact that there's no criticism for Hero Society, even though you see development like that. There's a war between the old My Hero Academia and the new My Hero Academia.
Oh, like in the generations of
characters?
No.
Just the structure of the story.
Yeah. Okay.
Clearly, in the early part of the series, Horikoshi definitely wanted to say something, but now he's been so beaten down by his editors, he has no messages left. It's just about what's gonna look cool. I've already sold enough volumes. They're making movies. They're making an anime. I am fucking burnt out. I gotta wrap this up. But not without one last controversy. Let's not bury the lead. Let's look at that fucking color page.
Oh, yeah.
That cover. I can't believe people are surprised.
No, I'm not.
I'm only angry because it wasn't Mirko or Nagant.
I've seen people say that. No, I agree. You know what else?
It's just welcome to shonen manga.
Yeah.
I mean, if you think this pisses you off, read Eden Zero. It's literally a 13-year-old's first soft porn.
Eden Zero.
It's from the creator of Fairy Tail.
Oh, dude.
It has one of the greatest pilot chapters I've ever read in a manga.
Fairy Tail.
And then proceeds to get fucking desperate, and it's only running now because it just literally porns it up like every chapter.
In all fairness, dude, Hiro Mashima has always been horny on main. Like, I don't know. I don't like it much.
Exactly.
I'm not into it, really, but yeah.
But now I'm seeing it why, because I was never a fan of his work, and I never really dissected into it. Like, the most heavily I ever got into his work was Eden Zero, and I go, oh, so that's why this guy's made a career. He just makes porn for children. That's cool.
Yeah, I don't know. He does things that are like a bit... I remember there was like a whole... thing with like Urza or something, and he basically did an entire chapter of torture porn or something like that.
Yes, that's just what he does.
That was that was like a thing.
He's cashing his check.
I don't know. I hear Eden Zero is apparently really fucking good. Actually,
when it wants to be. If you could get the fucking softcore porn out of it, and like when there is story, it is pretty fucking cool. I just couldn't stick with it because I'm like, all right, I just saw 20 fucking pages of a chick get massaged naked in oil. I would like to read a story now, please. She's like 16 or 18. I don't know. I'm old as fuck. Separation of church and state. I'll do my porn in my own time, all right? I wanted a space opera, and that's what I was promised in the first chapter.
I have nothing really against Hiro Mashima. I don't really like a lot of his stories. I watched like 60 episodes of Fairy Tail in high school, and then I was like, my god, this is going fucking nowhere.
Exactly.
Yeah. But I know loads of people who like stand by that, like, the shit's dope as fuck. I really like this panel, by the way, of Shigaraki looking like a fucking tree man or something like that. It's a shot of, I don't even know who is looking at. Is it supposed to be Nana? Yeah, it's Nana saying Izuku.
So Nana's looking at his hands.
Yeah, and Nana is looking just at Shigaraki.
No, she's looking at the fingers, the heads and the fingers. That's her son in there.
Oh, you know what? I was reading this on my phone earlier, and I guess like it wasn't loading in certain pages, which might be why I thought it was like an even shorter chapter. And it fucking was. I'm just like going down this slowly and seeing if I missed anything.
I like the next page down, the fact that the sound effects are like dividing the panels. That's fucking sick.
Yeah, no, I love that kind of thing, actually. That looks fucking sick as hell. But I like this reaction from Nana. That's cool. I like that a lot. Honestly, I thought the family was gonna be like more than just like a hand, basically. Like, is he gonna do more with this?
Yeah, like zombie shit, but yeah, like who knows, we might still get it.
I'm really, honestly, now that Midori is here and everything, I don't know, I don't know why, I thought with the Invisigirl, is this the new volume cover, I think? With Invisigirl?
No, this is just a color page. Once in a while, he just does a color page.
Oh, okay, I thought this was gonna be like the new,
no, this won't be the new volume.
Yeah, it seems a bit too risque to be like, you know, just.
Because he does like he has a couple pages like this throughout the series that are just like made like comic book covers. Like any individual issue would in an American comic.
Like a fucking early 2000s.
And he did this to promo the anime.
Oh wait, no, that was the one where he had them all like set down the TV, wasn't it? Or is this one?
That was
also...
a color. So there's a difference between a cover and a color spread.
Okay, fair enough.
So think of this as his the window page in One Piece. This is what it is. Like he doesn't always do a window.
But infinitely inferior.
What's that?
But infinitely inferior.
Oh, of course, yes. But I'm just saying that this is his equivalent. He doesn't always do it, but this is his equivalent of the window page.
Oh, also, I didn't fucking realize that the floating UA has fucking crashed.
Well, it's because they're hitting each other so fucking hard, it's actually pushing the school down.
Yeah.
Which is fucking sick.
No, it's very cool, actually. Like, I am genuinely annoyed that my phone was not loading in some of these pages now, actually. No, I'm looking at it, because I thought this was just a super short chapter. Like,
it still is.
Is it? Oh, yeah, absolutely. And it's not on break next week. I was, like, really
still
scanning
going.
for that.
He's got to finish it.
He does, like...
He's gonna finish it within 400 chapters, I think, now.
How many chapters do you think we actually have left at this point?
I think he's gonna end it right at 400 or get close to it.
What are we on now, then?
We're on 368.
Okay.
He says it was supposed to end by the end of this year, but there's no fucking way.
I feel like we're gonna come back to like, because as you know, I've been very interested in what's going on.
It's gonna end by spring next year.
I've been very interested in what's going on with Chaco, Froppy, and Toga and everything, but I feel like we're gonna come back to that, and Toga's just gonna be done or something like that.
I think so too. Honestly, at this rate, I don't think we're gonna see anything.
I fucking hope we do, because like
that's kind of fucked.
Toga is the most developed out of all of them. I know she's like basically. I mean, there was the point where she was like splintered off from them at one point.
It's gonna be a quick fight. At the very least, it's gonna be a quick fight.
Yeah, probably. Honestly, Toga just
again, he's ruined that. I mean, she's the most developed, but he's already ruined her because like there was a gray area during the My Villain arc, but here. She's just completely given up. She's like, nah, I just like killing people.
Yeah, no, she had a gray area.
There's no metaphor anymore. It's just pure murder now.
She literally splintered off from them briefly, but then she just appeared at the base when they were prepping up for this war again. Because she just disappeared, apparently. And I think they even mentioned, like, oh yeah, she fucked off somewhere. And we don't know where she is. And then she just came back.
Yeah.
And yeah,
again, he's rushing through it.
And it really, really feels like, because obviously, that Toga was kind of gonna be a lesser, not a lesser all for one really, in the way that she can like take powers, but she was gonna be a huge fucking problem, you know?
Yeah, it says she's just gonna use twice his fucking power and that's it.
Does she still have Midoriya's blood?
Yes. But I don't think she can use a one for all. I think that's a very completely different.
That's what I mean.
Because Monoma can't even do it.
That's okay, yeah.
So
interesting
I think
thought.
what she could take is the storing potential.
I thought she was gonna have a bit of a Clayton moment, like her own, bringing on her own demise.
No, because they
something.
mentioned that with Monoma. That's the reason why that can't happen.
Yeah, okay, that's interesting then. What? So there's like a clear difference then between the way that All for One obviously takes quirk cores. What do they call them? The quirk, the thing that like actually activates the power inside the body or something like that. What do they call
What are you
that?
talking about?
It's like a word. They have a word for it. It's like the quirk singularity or something.
No, the
of an
singularity is the
individual.
theory. The theory that quirks are getting so diverse that there will be a point where people just have every quirk.
Yeah, and that is that like obviously what All for One and One for All represents then. Wait a second,
That's more like what the Doctor was working towards.
Okay.
All for One, All for One just wants to be a piece of shit. He's
Yeah.
revealed his goal. He's just like, there's a universally defined term for a bad person, and that's what he wants to be. He wants to be universally recognized.
Yeah, as
a piece of shit.
As the baddest person, I guess. Which
Yeah,
is
that's what he
fucking
aspires to. Is like, okay, cool, dude.
Yeah. I have nothing else to say about the chapter, but do you want to talk about...
There's nothing. This was quick. There was more to talk about that cover than anything else.
Do you want to talk about anime and then talk about Chainsaw Man?
No, I say we go right to Chainsaw Man now.
Alright, the good shit. Get hyped for, as people are calling it in fucking Twitter, the school shooter arc. Yeah.
Man, you said this was your favorite chapter.
It is my favorite chapter, actually.
Anytime these two bitches are involved are great chapters.
No, honestly, I feel
Kids,
like
this is what I talk
more-
about when I say that we don't need Denji.
I feel like more so... I'm not sure if Asa is the thing that makes it great. I feel like it's the things that are simply happening around Asa at the moment that
Yes,
make
like,
it really engaging.
she is in the better story right now.
Also, the way that Viz did it digitally, like I'm looking at the fucking fan site or something like that right now. I don't know why I didn't just look at Viz. Yeah, we'll get to that. So, may I take this one?
Go for it.
Okay, Asa and... is it Yoru? Asa and Yoru walking down the stairs. Yoru definitely believes that Denji is Chainsaw Man. She just like takes it at face value and he's like, are you fucking stupid? Get back up there. He just told you he was Chainsaw Man. She's like, you're a fucking idiot. And Yoru in the strangely cutest moment is like, you're calling me stupid? I'm not a fucking idiot.
I'm not
you
dumb.
Bitch.
I'm not stupid.
I'm not. She's so indignant about being called stupid by Asa.
I love war so fucking much.
No, yeah, it's getting... I mean, interesting fucking phrase. Clip that, people. Clip that right now. No. So, interesting thing. Yoru seems to be a bit simpler than we think, or at least very indignant about being insulted by Asa because
No, Yoru's. I mentioned this before.
I don't know,
Yoru is just Venom.
essentially, but it seems more like Yoru is kind of powerless in the face of Asa.
Fujimoto is such a fucking cinephile. Unabashedly, he's just doing Venom right now, and it's fucking hilarious.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised though because it feels like maybe Yoru... he's gonna downplay just how much Yoru doesn't really value Asa, because at the start, Yoru was basically like, if you don't do what I say, I'm just gonna kill you, and go on to the next person or something like that. So I want that to develop more, because I feel like Asa could get overconfident, maybe, with this, perhaps. So that adds a lot of stakes, a lot of potential stake there for Yoru and Asa. So, Asa's friend... I don't remember her name. Do you
I still
remember
can't remember her name either. It's a shame.
No, yeah, exactly. It's a shame. Asa, in a very nice gesture, actually goes to visit her new friend who was injured in the freaking bat, cockroach,
devil fight
encounter. Yep, that one. And she is just chilling in her garden, it seems, or on the front, in front of her house, on a freaking deck chair, and Asa brings a bunch of soft drinks for them to drink, and they can just hang out, and she's like so happy to see her, and she reveals to Asa that she's never actually had friends. Asa finds this interesting. You seem like a sociable person. And this is where it gets interesting. It goes to, well, let's be fucking best friends and tell each other our darkest secret. Because, you know, if you tell each other secrets, we can become even closer friends. Asa's just like, one time I pissed myself in school and I told everyone it was sweat, but everyone was so nice, they just kinda took me at face value, and sometimes I still scream underwater when I think about that. Asa, coming in with the fucking relatability, not about the pissing yourself. Just the fucking remembering awkward shit. And then they retort with, the other day I killed my neighbor. Why?
Such
Because
a Fujimoto move. And as soon as she said that, I go,
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, Justice Devil's involved. I know it.
Right, it's the fact that they went...
You know it. And
It's the reason that got, it's just the fucking, like, I love the way he paneled this out. It's just back and forth, and if you read this digitally, it is so goddamn perfect. It's like, huh? Why? Because he gambled at pachinko even though he was on welfare for disability? What the hell? Yup. What the hell? And Asa's face, it's so subtle, but it just slowly, like, her mouth slowly, ever so slightly, closes.
Yeah.
And then it's like, on one panel, when you, like, turn the page on Viz, you just see the friend, and then on the other side, it's Asa just, like, staring at the sun. It's so fucking good.
Steena loved this chapter, too.
It's a really good fucking chapter. You wanna see the body? Huh? You wanna see? No. Okay, but anyway, this is great. We both shared a secret. That means we're besties. And then she comes in with, I made a deal with the Justice Devil. And apparently, and I like this a lot, as you said, with the Justice Devil, it brings in that the Justice Devil evidently knows your secrets. At least I would like to say.
Because she fought the Justice Devil before in the first chapter.
Yeah, exactly. But it's like, I feel like maybe the Justice Devil, or at least I read it as the Justice Devil allows you to, like, peer into someone's soul if they've done unjust things. That's the way that I kind of viewed it.
It seems like they could just read minds in general.
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, it probably is just the fact that, like, the girl previously made a Justice Devil pact. You're probably right. I actually didn't think about it like that. I was just like, oh yeah. I don't know. I guess I was like, wait, so that means they know about the War Devil. So it's like, about how you killed your teacher and about your... Oh, yep, they know about your... I read this at the start of the week, so, like, it's, like, almost vague to me, I guess. Thing is, I made a contract with the Justice Devil yesterday, and now they've decided to go to school tomorrow. Tell Asa not to go to school. They are going to go on a fucking rampage. But this is great for Yoru and everything, because guess what? They were literally talking about having a devil go to school. So potentially Denji's cover might get blown immediately, or I think next chapter, I forget his name, but the octopus guy, Denji's new Archie, essentially, is what I'm thinking he is probably going to kill this girl, potentially.
Probably.
Or Asa is going to do something about it. I am very interested. It makes me sad that if I look at Viz right now, I bet it's gonna be a fucking 2-week wait, potentially.
Yes. No, not potentially. They're always a 2-week wait.
Yep, 11 days. It's a 2-week wait. I am crushed. Because, goddamn, this was my favorite chapter so far.
As long as the quality's maintained, 2 weeks is a price worth paying.
No, it is. It's worth it.
For Fujimoto's health and good quality chapters, I am all in on this fucking release schedule.
Yeah, I'm just excited. You know, it's just.
But yes,
like,
I understand the anticipation.
What a good fucking chapter. I want to see what happens next. Obviously, I'm cool with it, but yeah.
But that manga, just listen to the song that Fujimoto wrote before this, where he basically insinuated that part 2 was going to be worse than part 1, or at least very different. I could see what he would mean. Like, if I'm in Fujimoto's shoes and I'm writing this right now, I could see why he would think no one would like this.
Right.
At least Chainsaw fans would probably have an issue with this. This is very low key compared to part 1.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's very different. It's practically a new fucking story, a new series with that takes place in the same universe and has the same character, Chainsaw Man, in it, but it is holistically very different. But I think Fujimoto highly underestimates the fact that people just want good fucking stories. I think even Chainsaw Man fans also, when they're bitching about where the fuck Denji is, I don't think they even realize how much they are just enjoying the fact that how fucking good a story this is, regardless of who is where and what's going on.
I'm still waiting to see. I'm still up in the air about whether or not this is an arc or whether or not this is going to be just the main story. There is still potential for it to like end with it just being an arc.
You're right. Anything could happen. Fujimoto could end this at like chapter like 115, 120. Like, yep, that was it. That was part 2. Bye. Yeah, no, he could do it.
He could. No, he could.
But I think this is just an arc right now. I think there's a lot more ahead of us. And this is just the arc.
Like, it's a question of like what's Yoru and Denji's...
This is the first villain for Asa and Denji to take care of.
It's a question of like what's Yoru and Denji's relationship going to be moving forward, or Asa and Denji's relationship moving forward.
Well, obviously they've kind of Asa's got to taken fucking Yoru off the trail for at least a little bit.
I'm honestly more interested in what Denji's new friend is going to do. Well, not even friend, but like basically his overseer, essentially.
His handler.
Because I think this guy and his organization are going to have a lot more to do this chapter. And I don't know, they might reel in Asa even, or Yoru, and be like, you can watch Denji, you can keep an eye on him for me, but you can't kill him. Because Yoru has admitted herself that she is super weak, and Asa has made literally 0 attempts to like make any bonds or like weapons out of anyone. Potential weapons that Yoru can use, which is going to be the key to this, really. Yoru is literally like so fucking weak right now.
Yep.
Like that's what's interesting me about it. So, yeah. Any other thoughts on the chapter?
No, like I said, like we say it every fucking 2 weeks. We're all in on this.
Absolutely.
We love it.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't pick up on any like little subtle details or anything like that I'm just randomly picking out the ether, like the cake on the shirt of Asa in the next fucking chapter and stuff like that.
Right.
I still don't know if it's like foreshadowing or anything. I'm just grabbing at stuff.
Or just a joke, because again, remember, go back to just listen to the song. You know what Fujimoto does.
Mm-hmm.
He does that shit on purpose to go, it doesn't mean anything, stop it. I just put a cake on a shirt because there's going to be a cake in the next scene.
Oh, I'm just a normie. I don't understand Fujimoto.
I do, and I love him.
Bullshit.
He's a fucking awesome storyteller. This man doesn't even know what he's doing. His policy is, I'm just gonna randomly decide that this is the Justice Devil now, and Carey. The reason why Fujimoto is such a good storyteller, why he's having such a good time, is because he's even surprising himself right now.
I definitely think I think the Justice Devil may appear multiple times throughout this.
I think so too. I think it's an ongoing rival. You killed him before, you'll kill him again, and you'll kill him again and again and again. Because when you kill a devil, they come back, which is with new memories.
I remember we had an interesting talk about this at the start, and I think the Justice Devil doesn't actually... I think that's the interesting thing that the Justice Devil is going to be. It doesn't actually represent anything grounded. It is simply based on what the individual's ideals are, actually.
Well, I mean, we talk about how the devils are powered by fear, so like fear of justice. So what is the fear? Is this the fear of actually the fear of punishment, or is this the fear of I know I did something wrong? You know what I mean? The guilt, like guilt. Is it guilt or punishment? What is justice really?
Everyone who has it though is just very emboldened in their thoughts, it seems.
Because again, remember these things are powered by fear.
Oh yeah, but it's like that's what I mean. It's like it's such a loose thing.
Yeah, exactly. Justice is a very loose thing. You are correct.
Yeah. That's why I'm like, well, everyone's like got their own fucking sense of justice, which is why it's like, well, you can go from this girl who's like, it's not fucking fair. Why does the guy that I'm fucking like you? And this girl is like, well, it's not fucking fair that someone like Asa, who's never actually done anything
and I think that's what
bad.
I think that's what justice the devil itself preys upon is personal justice. I think it preys upon personal justice. It actually has nothing to do with its own power set. This is purely its own charisma and guile of I make contracts with people preying upon their sense of personal justice, but my power is derived from the fear that people have of doing something wrong, or their fear of being punished. You know?
Yeah, that might be. I want to go into what justice.
But it preyed upon the fact. But it
preys
preys about personal justice, where I get people to make deals with me because they feel justified. The same reason this girl goes, it's not fair that this man gets to have welfare and then gambles it away. That's not fair. And Justice Devil goes, yeah, that's not fair. It's not fair that your friend Asa gets bullied. She's perfectly innocent. That's not fair. Let's make a deal and let's take care of that. But that does not make justice any more powerful. But it does make their job easier when they form a contract with a person.
That's why I really want to get into the Justice Devil next chapter.
Yeah, I do. I want to get more. You're right. Now that I'm thinking about it, there is more to learn about Justice Devil. But yeah, again, we've had this discussion a few episodes back about how this power system is so fucking cool.
How many chapters are we? There's like been 6 chapters, 7.
I think it started at chapter 99.
That's what I'm thinking.
6 chapters in. It feels like it's been longer because it's every other week.
Let me see. Was it chapter? No, it was chapter 98. It was chapter 98.
7 chapters.
So yeah, it's been 7 chapters. Yeah. God, I have been absolutely fucking adoring this though. This has been great.
Been great.
I'm still like you have got me on my toes. I'm like, what the fuck is up with like Asa? Is she going to be like the new main character? Because I can believe it.
Again, I think the best for me personally, I'm not Fujimoto, but if I'm doing this, I like treating Denji like a cryptid. I like Denji existing in the background, and we can check in on him once in a while, like that cake episode. That's fine. But I want to focus on Asa and Yoru now, though.
I don't think I want Denji to die, but I
don't want him to die either. I just want him to be a cryptid. I want him just to exist in the background, because that makes him a very good supporting character. Imagine My Hero Academia if there was a prequel manga that was about Bakugo. Wouldn't that be fucking incredible? About any other character besides Deku. Wouldn't that be fucking incredible?
Not abhor Bakugo, but like, feel complicated.
It's really cool when your main character hogs up the spotlight, but there's another character who's already pre-established and very well developed. Like, it's only a good thing. It's only a good thing.
I think Denji might end up a bit like an All Might. And not like, how
That's
All
fine
Might
too.
is obviously
That's
like
fine
been
too.
pushed in the fucking corner, but like how All Might is the catalyst for pretty much a lot of the things that happen in My Hero
that's perfectly
Academia.
fine. Again, that's still antagonistic. That's the way we treat it in the abridged.
Yes.
That could be very antagonistic. It's your fault that things are like this right now.
Yeah. Like, the Chainsaw Man is now just, like, a world thing. He's, like, affecting the world on a global scale through, like, things that he deems, like, small and insignificant actions that is just in his quest to, like, squeeze tits and shit. Shall we talk about this season of anime?
I think this is a good segue, because so now we want to preview all of the anime coming out this season. Because there's definitely a lot of things worth discussing, and about just like how we feel about it, what we want to personally watch, how many episodes we're going to give it, how do we think it's going to work out, and I think it's a great thing to start with, the Chainsaw Man anime. At the time of this recording, we know that it is 12 episodes.
I was about to say, I don't think we need to talk about it. We talked about it last week.
We did, but I just want to put it like, I want to put for posterity's sake, the fact that I'm a little bit concerned.
Oh, go on, concerned.
I'm concerned. Like, we talked about this, that you think it's going to end on the Sword Devil, the Katana Devil?
Katana Devil, yeah. That's ideally where I would probably end it, because it's a very
I'm afraid, ideally, I feel like these are going to be like 40-minute episodes, and we are going to get like the full fucking part here. The full part 1.
Isn't goddamn Made in Abyss doing like 30 to 40-minute episodes?
I don't know, but it wouldn't surprise me. I wasn't a fan. I know Made in Abyss is good, but I was not personally a fan.
I don't like the childlike characters and things.
I don't like child torture porn. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
it's not for me.
I very much. Yeah. It just doesn't appeal, really. Like, I'm sure it's
very well made.
Amazing.
Like, the production is impressive, and I respect it, but I'm not a fan of the story about what it wants to talk about. But yeah, Chainsaw Man, like, if these are being, I'm very afraid that this is gonna be like a greatest hits. It's gonna hit things very quickly and move on.
There's definitely potential in that. I feel like it might skip quite a few things.
I think it's definitely gonna skip the small things.
I've been saying to a lot of people who I've been talking to about it that it's going to skip. I think I mentioned it to you. It's going to skip the Muscle Devil. I think. I don't think the Muscle Devil was. I don't think the Muscle Devil was at all a really relevant thing. I think they could introduce Denji to the world of fucking devil hunting way better than the way that Fujimoto did it in the manga.
Yep. But I just think they're going to take a very different approach. I think this is going to be a very heavily adaptation, where I think they're going to mess with the order of things a little bit. And like basically they're gonna try to attempt to make a chainsaw movie, divided into 12 parts that are either like 20 to 30. I think that first episode at the very least. I think that first episode is gonna be longer than 20 minutes.
Like a Gundam Thunderbolt.
Yeah, like not quite an OVA, but like it's basically again we talked about it a while ago. The fact that there's no actual producer on this. This was completely internally done by MAPPA, so literally they can do whatever the fuck they want. And that's why the fact that I've been told that they can do whatever the fuck they want and it's 12 episodes, it's a scary thought. Like, it's also an impressive thought. It's like, wow, this could be really cool, but this could also go very wrong very quickly.
Correct me if I'm wrong. I know, like in the trailer, the beach scene like the original.
Yeah, we talked about that. The fact that when we first saw that footage, we thought that was proof of concept footage because it felt like it was too far deep into the series to be relevant for the TV anime. But fuck it, that's probably in there. We're probably getting that far.
Now you've said it, like they might just do. It's
gonna be greatest hits. I think they're gonna really fast forward through this.
I do not remember a beach episode in the Chainsaw Man manga.
There wasn't. It was him dreaming about it. It was towards the finale, where this is what he was working up to, and then the beach trip got interrupted by the end game.
Because they were on the fucking beach, and then the gun devil hit, or that was what the angel. Yeah, so that's all I remember. So like I said, really.
It's concerning. I remain optimistic, but optimistically concerned.
Yeah.
I'll be excited to watch no matter what.
Season 3.
Yeah, Mob Psycho's 100 season 3. Man, I consider Mob Psycho to be goated. I think it's one of the greatest anime of all time created.
It's just a shame about the issue.
It's a shame that Crunchyroll has soured this fucking season with their bullshit. Because to me, my approach to dub versus sub is I watch whatever's available to me first, and normally that's sub. If I love an anime enough, I watch the sub, and then I rewatch it in the dub, and I like them for all their own unique merits. Like it's like you get to watch it all over again with some slight interesting changes, and I enjoy that. This time, I mean, I can't, man. That just absolutely just rotted the fucking tree. Just shat in my fucking cereal with this fucking production bullshit. If you guys want if the audience wants our very like detailed thoughts on the controversy with the cast, listen to the previous episode. We just know that we're not happy about this, and it's like, damn, this is the final season. This is gonna be fucking great, and I'm just gonna have this fucking just sour taste in my mouth just because I know they fucked with the cast. In the shittiest way possible.
Worried because Bones are also doing My Hero Academia this season.
I've never been concerned that My Hero Academia has never affected Mob Psycho's production.
I'm glad to know
they've made this simultaneously with My Hero. This thing has its own separated budget, and it does not get stolen from.
That's good.
This is somebody's passion project, and no one gets to touch it.
Fucking sweet.
So yeah, I have
Mob Psycho is worth so much more than My
all
Hero
my
Academia
issues are with
right
the
now.
English dub. In terms of this actual production, I have no concerns. I'm going to have a fucking blast with this, however long it is.
Spy Family Part 2?
Before we get that though, do we want to discuss this on the podcast?
Mob Psycho?
Yeah.
I actually haven't even seen season 2. I read it.
Oh, you only read it. Okay, so if we're not all in, if we're both not all in, then maybe not. I think we might give some brief mentions. Like, we'll do some check-ins, but like,
When the manga ended in like 2018, I was like all of like 13 people who fucking talked.
Yeah, who
about
actually
it.
write. You're like one of 13 people who actually read the manga.
Yeah,
Which is a damn
probably.
shame.
It's a shame because like one really fucking like puts his all into Mob Psycho. Like he doesn't even put any effort into One Punch Man. Still,
Yeah.
Mob Psycho was the one that he actually brought his A game.
Yeah, it's
to.
an actual good story. That's why we've discussed that on Saturday Jump, where we're like, Mob Psycho is superior to One Punch Man. One Punch Man is like all
Absolutely.
about its fucking art. Like it's all about the who's the manga artist? He did Ice Shield 21. Like that guy.
One. Oh yeah.
It's all his show. If we're talking about, if you actually want a real story, Mob Psycho 100 is the real fucking good shit.
It is. It's so.
So yeah, in terms of the
Go read
anime,
Mob
we'll
Psycho
do a
100.
check-in on this. Basically, we'll bring it back up in the podcast. Either if something incredible happens and we need to talk about it, or something goes incredibly wrong.
Agreed. Yeah, I can do that because
Yeah.
I've read the fucking manga, so I.
So that's our.
But
But basically, I'm committed. We're gonna watch this fully. But are we gonna discuss it? I mean, something exceptional, good or bad, has to happen.
Are we gonna watch My Hero Academia since we're on the topic of bones?
We are going to watch My Hero Academia for the podcast.
Okay, back in the trenches.
Back in the trenches. This is what we did for Sat. This is how Sat Jump
It all
started.
started when he made me watch a filler episode of My Hero Academia with some chuckle fucks who
Yeah.
made water and waves and shit.
This is literally how Saturday Jump started, was us doing live reactions to My Hero Season 6 until Toho sent us a cease and desist and went, hey, we appreciate it, but don't. We were doing live streams and we were just reacting live because we're like, yo, Toho likes us. And Toho goes, yeah, we like you, but no, that's a copyright thing. Don't.
The Goat Family Part 2.
The Goat Family Part 2, Spike's Family. But what was to say about My Hero Academia? We will discuss it, but it'll be very Spark Notesy. And just like, well, basically, I think our most passionate discussions will be whatever they fuck up, honestly.
Probably.
Spike's Family Part 2.
We're bad like that.
Spike's Family Part 2. Committed. I will watch this all the way through. Cloverworks and Witch Studio doing this collaboration with Toho money. Speaking of Toho, a match made in heaven. This shit looks good. Did you see the opening? They released the opening already.
They have?
It is
No, I
a
haven't
flex.
seen it.
I don't like it. I think the first opening is goated in comparison to this. I think it's okay, but it is such an anime. But the opening 2 is such an animation flex.
I have seen that OP. It's good, but I don't feel like it's as good as the first.
Yeah, not
OP
even
or
close.
the
No,
first
because
ED
the first
even.
OP is goated. I was
really
like,
is. And the
I
first
thought it was
ED
okay at
is
first,
my
but like the
favorite.
more I watched it, and like after I learned the English lyrics and everything, I'm like, oh my god, this OP is actually one of the greatest of all time.
The ED, in my opinion, is the best out of all
The
of them.
ED's also good, but the ED animation-wise is very typical ED.
I don't know. I found it.
But
charming.
yeah, no,
It
it's
was a
still
little bit
very
choppy.
fucking good. Almost brings a tear to
I
my
love
eye.
the song too. Both songs.
Yeah,
are
both sides
fucking
are.
amazing.
So we
though.
still haven't seen the ED for part 2, but part 1's opening
No.
is just an animation flex. It's Bump of Chicken. Bump of Chicken to me is just so fucking basic. I can't
I mean,
and
everyone-
like I look at the animation of this, I go, oh my god, it's just a Bump of Chicken a fucking animated music video. Because they do a lot of
Like-
animated music videos for commercials and shit.
They do. I feel like Bump of Chicken are really good, but everyone.
I think they're
kinda-
fine. I think they're very
They got
baseline.
oversaturated.
I think they're
They got
bottom line.
oversaturated after everyone
Yes,
discovered
they're too
fucking Blood
mainstream,
Blockade
I
OP.
agree.
It was the Blood Blockade OP that everyone got like obsessed with and made like fucking
Yeah, Hello World.
fan animations of
No,
literally
that's the
every
was that Bump,
franchise
wait,
ever.
that's Bittersweet Sugar Step. That's also Bump of Chicken.
I think. Yeah.
Okay, but yeah, because I know Bump of Chicken for sure did the opening, but the ED is what you're talking about. Where do people do fan animations of?
No. I'm sorry. That's Union Square
Yeah,
Garden.
Union Square Garden.
That's
There you go.
Union
Yeah,
Square
they
Garden.
did the ED.
Yeah, Union Square Garden are pretty fucking badass.
Okay, but anyways, so yeah, we're committed to Spike's Family Part 2. Probably not gonna talk about it in the podcast.
Nah.
Bleach, the 1,000-Year Blood War.
I'm genuinely interested in looking at that just because of my.
I'm gonna watch one episode.
It used to be seething hatred. I used to have a seething hatred for Bleach. I think I've spoken about, but like, it's kind of turned into ambivalence at this point.
I just don't trust Studio Period.
Why would you?
Who
Why the
would?
fuck
Who
would?
would?
You?
Like, I understand the marketing has been very good for this, and I know they've been taking their time, and I'm certain that there will be some good shit in here, But overall, I just don't trust that studio. I'm sorry. I've been burnt way too many times.
I feel like if Taite Kubo is actually having some hands-on fucking, like, got his hands in on this project, basically. If he's got his hands in on this project and actually has some effect on what's going on and can change stuff, because his series was famously, like, kind of cut short due to his own health declining.
As is the
I
sad
feel like
story
he
of many
could, like,
mangaka.
do a... I've talked about this before. Yu Yu Hakusho's author, guy who does Hunter x Hunter, he did the real ending of Yu Yu Hakusho in the anime.
Yes. And so you think that maybe this will be a correction or like an adaptation?
I am hoping that this is a major correction for Bleach, quite honestly.
Yeah, and it's for Bleach. Like, I'm happy for Bleach fans. I'm not a Bleach fan, so that's where I'm like,
same.
I'm just morbidly curious. I'm gonna give one look, but I'm not gonna have any time for this.
I completely agree with you, because when the trailer first came out and it just looked like shot-for-shot panel remakes from the manga, I was like, no, the Bleach fans actually deserve way more than this. They have been waiting 10 fucking years for a new anime season. My friend literally swore off the manga because he was like, no, Val, I believe that Bleach will return one day in anime form. I ain't touching the manga ever. And I was like, yeah, fair enough. So for his sake and everything, I'm like, yeah, no, it's gotta be fucking good.
Alright, but yeah, so I think we will talk about Bleach. I think you specifically will talk about Bleach on the podcast.
I am probably going to bring it up. I will probably just be like, wait a minute, I've got a few notes on.
Yeah, please
fucking
do,
Bleach
please
right
do. I think it is worth talking about. It's just, for me, this is such a busy season. I'm not gonna have time for something I never had any investment in.
Bleach is absolutely fucking worth talking about. I know we don't like the word or, like, you know, the phrasing of it, but like it's the 2000s big three and everything making a huge fucking comeback.
and that has merit.
Yeah, it really does, because what has Bleach, like, unlike Naruto, which ended in 2014 and then just continued with Boruto.
I was gonna say, Naruto never ended.
Pretty much, yeah, but like, I don't even hear anyone talk about Boruto anymore at all. I don't hear them talk about the manga. I don't hear them talk about the anime or anything like that. Like, I think Boruto is kind of not dead in the water, but just not on anyone's, like, radar.
No,
majorly.
like, it's a bottom line is what it is.
One Piece never fucking ended, and everything else that was, like, around during that era, like, it was a bit later on, but, like, Beelzebub and stuff, just all that stuff is gone now. It's on the wayside, and the only thing that we have going now, really, is One Piece and Boruto, so this is, like, a huge fucking thing to talk about.
Yep.
Yeah. Fumetsu no Anata.
No, we're not gonna talk about that. We're not gonna talk about everything on here.
Blue Lock.
Yes, Blue Lock is worth talking about.
It is. Yeah, I read the first 10 chapters of the manga. I thought it was okay, but
I thought it was okay too. I know there's some hardcore fans. People are very excited about this, but bro, have you seen the trailers? Looks like shit.
Does it look good? Oh no.
Like, you could, like, these look like fucking empty ass fucking. They're really taking advantage of that fucking prison soccer complex, where, like, these are gonna be the most, like, dead fucking empty backgrounds, and then it's gonna be nothing but fucking CG soccer players. This looks like shit. I'm so sorry for you guys. Man, remember when sports anime used to be fucking good? Looking at Haikyuu, and then before Haikyuu, basically anything the production IG does, that's the only people you could trust with sports anime. Everyone else get fucked.
Who are 8-Bit Studio? And I just want to say, I had nothing against Blue Lock. I thought oh, they're the ones that do that fucking slime.
Yeah,
anime.
like, I mean, they do fucking isekais, and that's how they make their fucking bank.
I mean, that's how a lot of places.
And now they've bought their way in for a shonen.
I'm trying to see, is there anything on this list that they've done that I would have watched? I am not recognizing a single.
They're a jobber
thing. Except, wait a minute. Oh, I thought that was what's that weird anime with all the fucking yokai or like monster people and everything? Oh, I know Aquarian Evil. I know that was like a thing for a fucking while. Rewrite, nope. Tensor Sonata, Comet, Lucifer, nope. You know what I'm really upset about, by the way? Lucifer and the Biscuit Hammer.
I heard that went to shit.
It's dude, the manga's cool, like the
anime. I watched one episode because I know you wanted me to. I'm like, what the fuck is this?
I know. I was like, Ivan hasn't mentioned it. I was talking up that thing
You
so
were,
much.
and I'm like, what is this? I'm like, obviously the manga must be better because there's no way Val would fucking lie to me like
dude,
this.
the manga's a lot better. Manga's a lot better.
But yeah, but Blue Lock, I'm sorry, like I was kind of hyped when they first announced this, and I read the manga chapter. I'm like, you know what, this is pretty solid, but no way, this looks like shit.
It is conceptually a really cool idea, but I am just really hard to get into sports anime and manga for some reason.
Someone recently, some big site did a fucking greatest anime of all time list, and people are still listing Hajime no Ippo in their top 5 all time.
Dude, Hajime no Ippo was freaking
I can't believe, like,
amazing.
it's one of my top all time. I can't believe people agree with me on that.
I was surprised a few weeks ago. Freddie was like, "Oh yeah, Hajime no." Like I saw Freddie's like background. It was Hajime no Ippo, and I was like, "Wait, how much do you like Hajime no Ippo?" Freddie is like, "Dude, I fucking love it. It's like one of my top 5."
Yeah,
like,
everyone.
okay.
Like, and when I talk about still like, I feel like such a narcissist. I feel like because we're trapped in our own little subculture here in Joycast, and I keep forgetting that. Oh yeah, everyone loves Ippo.
I've been trying to like break out and try new things.
Like sports anime are such a disappointment. I only trust Haikyuu or anything Production IG. So like, if you want a good sports anime, I don't think you'll like it, but it's definitely qualifies as good. Run with the Wind, I think is what it's called. It's Production IG.
I saw that. That's the fucking
the college runner anime. I think it's good.
Yeah. They've got the fucking black guy.
Yeah, it's got very good. It's just very good character work.
No, that looks alright.
It's a good character style. It's a good character drama. I really like it.
I know, agree. I caught a single episode of that. And
if you're having an open spot, like you just want something to watch, audience, you too. You should watch Run with the Wind by Production IG. It's the same people that make Haikyuu, and they literally make jokes about Haikyuu in it. Like they unabashedly, it's just college Haikyuu about long distance running, and it's actually really entertaining. That big boobed fucking Nagatoro ripoff's getting another season. Can't wait for Twitter to be toxic, more toxic than usual for like a week. Otherwise, this will be an interesting one for you, Val. They're making a new Urusei Yatsura.
I have been keeping my eye on that very much. I will accept nothing more than a British dub.
Right,
obviously.
Me neither.
It's
being done by David Productions, so this could actually be really fucking good.
Honestly, dude, I'm telling you, like, I've been telling people this for the past couple months now. They have been taking the people from JoJo because I guarantee those animators are fucking tired of it. That's why Part 6, it doesn't look like ass, but it just doesn't hold up compared to 2018's Part 5, which is where I swear to God, the animators were just like, no, this is the last time that we're, like, putting 100% into a part or something. Like, this is the shit that it's going into. Urusei Yatsura has such a fucking legendary status in Japan.
Yeah.
It's just a cultural, not cultural, but it's like a fucking huge, like, national treasure.
It's a classic.
Essentially. It really fucking
like anyone
is.
Like listening to this probably doesn't know what the fuck we're talking about, but like if we showed you, it's the girl in the leopard print, the jaguar print fucking bikini and boots with the green hair and horns. And just saying that, people already know exactly what we're talking about. It's that old ass anime. It's getting a remake.
Is it Rumiko Takahashi or something? Yeah, I got it in the first try. Rumiko Takahashi's fucking baby, essentially. You might all know her for like Inuyasha or God, I'm trying to think of something else. She's basically doing a spin-off of Inuyasha recently, I believe. Yeah. Something like that. She's just famous for a lot.
Just time for a really renaissance, right?
Big stuff. Ranma half. What did you say?
No, I was just saying it's time for a renaissance for her.
Oh,
time to much, yeah. David Productions is going to steal all the JoJo fans because they're so synonymous with JoJo, and they're about to introduce them to a whole fucking new fucking slate of anime and manga right now.
Yeah, honestly, I have fears for fucking JoJo, to be honest, the anime.
You think it's like, I mean, we've discussed it before. It's going on to decline, right?
Yeah,
they're too burnt out on it. They're just like, no more.
That's how I fucking feel.
They're just jobbing it now.
Yeah, that's how I feel. I mean, Part 6, it's fine. It's fine. It's not like dog shit quality or anything like that, like some things that you can find in anime season, but it just doesn't have that spark anymore, it feels. And that's why I feel like Dave Productions have been like, you know, putting it into stuff like this, to be honest, or that, what was it, Captain Tsubasa remake that they made a few years
Right.
ago? Do you remember that?
Yes.
Yeah, like, that
They
shit
made that for
actually
the
looked
Olympics,
fucking
and the
crisp as
Olympics didn't
hell.
happen.
Oh man, fucking unfortunate. Plus, David Productions have always been fucking good. I was watching a while ago something that they made for inspiration for my own story, because I was like, oh, I want to get into more sci-fi stuff. I watched Level E, which is another story by the guy who did Yu Yu Hakusho and Hunter x Hunter, about like a dickhead alien prince who moves to Earth and is basically just the cause of all the issues in these like multiple stories. That's just like a little side tangent to go on. But yeah, be excited for Urusei Yatsura. It's probably going to be fucking amazing.
I think it's going to be a good ass
even
time. I'll give it a
without
couple
British
episodes.
dub.
I don't know if I'm at the time to commit, but I definitely want to see some.
It's honestly, dude, Urusei Yatsura, at least like the classic one, I would even recommend give the classic one a try. It's an easy watch.
Alright. Otherwise, next up, we have Golden Kamuy Season 4.
Is this going to be the last season, do you think?
Maybe. I'm looking at the poster that they provided, and they've got Jack the Ripper. We're definitely getting the Jack the Ripper arc. And they're focusing on the swimming guy, who's very important pre-finale. So, like, there may be one more season that's kind of like Attack on Titan situation, where it's just like the final story gets a season. But for all I know, they could end it here. They could. If they really wanted to, they could do it. Because I mean, they've got like all the characters on the poster right now. It's probably the end.
You are the one who read the manga, so
I did. I read it all the way through.
literally
It's one of my
started
all-time favorite manga.
When's he going to release his hockey manga?
Still in development. We know that it exists,
It did only end this year,
but
so
we
makes
don't
sense.
know. He's not given a solid timetable on that, to my knowledge.
Fair enough. Shinobi no Itoki.
Now, so I think we've got maybe like two more to discuss that we're not gonna really have a deep discussion about, but it's
We're not
worth
talking about
mentioning.
Pop Team Epic,
We've
are
got
we?
Pop Team Epic Season 2.
I don't think Pop Team Epic's worth talking about.
No,
actually
but
didn't
I
like
want to
that
bring it up
anime.
because that was a phenomenon. I think they've missed their boat. I feel like that was like a very specific moment of time. I mean, Pop Team Epic was like pre-pandemic, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I think we're too jaded. I feel like after surviving the apocalypse, I think we're
2018.
I think the world is too jaded for Pop Team Epic now.
Honestly,
I think we've
just
seen
didn't
too much
find it.
shit. The Zoomer humor has now
my
taken
issue-
over.
I don't know about that, dude. People are still like laughing over when people do fucking title drops or something.
I don't know. I think Pop
absolutely
Team
is
Epic
not
is
over.
past its time. I think it's too late to do another season now.
See, I just think that Pop Team Epic wasn't very good. I think Pop Team Epic.
I thought it was
manga
just solid,
looks
like
in-
passive, because the episodes were only 10 minutes long.
No, I know they were, but it's like I think all the jokes just worked as like okay, you know.
And then
like,
in the
there's that
English dub, they
joke-
would redub the fucking episodes just to fill
Yeah,
for
but
time.
do
I
you
thought it was
know-
fucking funny.
Do you know the joke on Twitter where it's like, and I know about this obviously, but it's like, the joke is, oh, funny thing written down, now I have to voice act it or something like that. And it's like, there are just some things.
I know
where
what you're
it
talking about. I
actually
mean, that's just
doesn't
voice
need
acting
to
Twitter.
be- Yeah, but it's like one of those things where it's like some things don't actually need to be vocally spoken, and if anything, they take away from the humor if they are.
I know what you
actually.
mean.
I feel like with Pop Team Epic, whenever I read like one of the mangas or something like that, or like just an out of context joke that people would use, it was always funnier. But then when I watched the anime, because I was really excited for it, I was like, oh, I love those fucking wacky. I love those wacky characters. Yeah, let's fucking watch a whole anime about it. And I was just like not into it, to be honest. But obviously, that's me. That's just my take on
Yep.
it.
Otherwise, the last thing, again, it's not gonna be a big discussion, but we were talking about sports anime. Yowamushi Pedal's coming back.
I am so surprised at that.
Same.
As far as
I'm
I
like,
knew that
really?
series died.
Again, past our time, aren't we? Like, sports
which, by the
anime is
way,
all but fucking dead.
You actually missed something, by the way. New fucking Gundam.
There is another Gundam, but when isn't there another Gundam? Let's be honest.
I don't know. I mean, I'm just. I mean, interesting news. I saw the other day in like the Gundam panel or something like that, because that was a while ago and I didn't see it. But I saw Thunderbolt shown, and that got my hopes obviously going up. And I found out Thunderbolt is actually going to be re-aired on television.
That's cool.
Yeah, so potentially, Ivan, if that does really well, then we might get that third fucking Thunderbolt movie. That's what I'm really excited about. But Witch from Mercury, I know there's a game based on it or something. Otherwise, I know absolutely nothing about it, but the mobile suit looks kind of fucking cool. Also, it's an all-female cast, I think. So I think you and Steena might enjoy that a lot.
Huh, give it a shot. Looks interesting.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's all. I think
be.
that we're running a little bit over long at this point, so I think we'll wrap it here. But yeah, that's the fall 2022 anime that's got our eye. I'm not sure really how much. I think besides Chainsaw Man and My Hero Academia, I don't think we're gonna be discussing much on the podcast unless something really takes our attention. And who knows? There might be some dark horse there that takes everyone by surprise and we start talking about.
That's what I'm wondering, though. Is there nothing on here that immediately grabs your eye?
Oh, is there something on this list that might be a dark horse? Let's see.
Yeah. Like a dark horse, something that just catches your eye, whether it be like, just the visuals that you're seeing for like, the poster or something, or whatever. I kind of don't like that they're putting Berserk Memorial Edition on here, because that is literally just the movie cut up into bits.
Yep. That's completely fucking shameless fucking...
I am admittedly kind of interested in the Human Crazy University.
Human Crazy University. Where the fuck is this on the list?
The Human Crazy University. Satake Hirofumi is a prisoner on death row for murdering his fiancée. It's right at the bottom. He's also... I just fucking skipped something. He's also an undead man who has survived many desperate situations. For this, he has earned the interest of a research institution called Human Crazy University, which
this is gonna be some fucking motion manga.
Motion manga? Web manga?
Like Way of the House Husband or whatever and shit like that.
I hope it's not like that. Admittedly, Way of the House Husband, like, it's funny.
Because I'm looking at the studio's fucking, like, filmography, and it's a lot of very, like, short time fucking, they do a lot of cheap shit.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I've never expressed this. What the fuck? Yo Datoriu Trap-kun? Is that Donald Trump on that? What
are you talking about?
I'm just looking at the studio.
No, we're not. So we're not doing this thing where we just go scroll through the list and we just name it by name and squint our eyes.
I've been doing
this
that
is not
the
good
whole
content.
time.
I'm hitting the brakes on the train right now.
No! But I will actually have to say, I do have to say though, I actually have a secret love for like really short slice of life anime. I saw one a few months ago. It was about a fat guy at work who keeps getting sexually harassed by his co-worker.
I'm hitting the fucking brakes now. Goodbye, everyone.
For marshmallows. No.
I know what you're talking about though, but no.
Mind the gap as you exit our podcast safely. Rebuild of Joycast is hosted by Ivan LeRoy and Valentine Stokes. LeRoy's written and directed works can be found on the Joyride Entertainment YouTube channel and the soon-to-be-released original web manga, Paramedic. Val's dulcet tones can be heard in many of your favorite anime and web series, such as Ruby, Death Battle, Tribe 9, Lackadaisy Cats, and more. This episode was edited by Steena Carey, with YouTube version edited by Cody Rock. Music provided by Lofi Geek. Intro and outro narration by Steena Carey. Outro music composed by Michael Pejovich. Logo and visuals designed by Ivan LeRoy. Rebuild of Joycast is produced by Joyride Entertainment and Rock Voice Productions LLC, and made possible thanks to Patreon donations from generous listeners like you. This month's highest tiered Patreon producers are Mr. Host, Austin, Gooner Bear, Jelly Donut, and Mary Bowtie. If you would like your name shouted out at the end of each podcast, an invite to our private Discord to interact with fans, cast and crew, or early access to all of our content, be sure to check out Joyride Entertainment's Patreon. Links provided in the description. Thank you for keeping Joyride's engine burning.